is Bluetooth named after a Viking king? Part 1. Introduction. Some of you might have already heard that Bluetooth is named after a Viking king. And it is true, Bluetooth was a real person. But not many people know exactly why he was chosen as the person to represent wireless technology for exchanging data between devices. What could possibly link a 10th century Danish Viking king with modern cutting-edge technology? Listen and find out. Also at the end, we will tell you which famous English king was directly related to Bluetooth. Part 2. Who was Bluetooth? Harold, otherwise known as Harold Bluetooth Gormsonborn, was born around 910. He was the son of Gorm the Old, the first significant figure in a new royal line centered at Jelling, North Jutland in Denmark. He was Harold I, King of Denmark from around 958 to 985. Nobody knows for sure why he was called Bluetooth, but it is probably because he had a blue-black colored rotting tooth. His reign is recognized for 3 events: unifying Denmark, converting the Danes to Christianity, and conquering Norway. He will probably be mostly known as the king who completed his father's task of uniting the different Danish tribes into a single united kingdom. The story goes that he was converted to Christianity by a priest called Popper, who, when asked by Harold to prove his faith in Christ, carried a red-hot heavy iron weight without being burned. After Harold's baptism around 960, his father's pagan tomb was transformed into a Christian place of worship with the building of a church. The newly appointed Jutland bishops, under the Archbishop of Hamburg, organized the country's conversion. Harald's rule as King of Norway, following the assassination of King Harald Greekloak of Norway, was more tenuous, most likely lasting for no more than a few years in the 970s. The Danish expansion in Norway was continued after his death by his son Sweyn I. Harold was killed fighting off a rebellion led by his son Sweyn. And some say his son actually assassinated him. But why is Bluetooth named after King Harold Bluetooth Gormsonborn of Denmark? Part 2. Bluetooth conquers the world. The name Bluetooth was proposed in 1997 by Jim Cardick of Intel, one of the founders of the Bluetooth Special Interest Group. The name was inspired by a conversation with Bluetooth co-inventor and friend, Sven Mattisson, who related Scandinavian history through tales from Frans G. Bengtsson's The Long Ships, a historical novel about Vikings and King Harold Bluetooth. The name was chosen because as King Harold Bluetooth united the Danish tribes, Bluetooth unites electronic devices by exchanging data. According to Bluetooth's official website,
Bluetooth was only intended as a placeholder until marketing could come up with something really cool. Later, when it came time to select a serious name, Bluetooth was to be replaced with either radio wire, or PAN, personal area networking. PAN was the front runner, but an exhaustive search discovered it already had tens of thousands of hits throughout the internet. A full trademark search on radio wire couldn't be completed in time for launch, making Bluetooth the only choice. The name caught on fast, and before it could be changed, it spread throughout the industry, becoming synonymous with short-range wireless technology.
As you can see on your screen, the logo is the merging of the rune inscription initials of the H, for Harold, and the B, for Bluetooth. It is one of the world's most recognizable logos. One final fact about King Harold Bluetooth. He was the grandfather of King Canute of England. Harold's son Sweyn conquered England in 1013, but died a year later. 2 years later his son Canute was elected king and ruled over a great Anglo-Scandinavian kingdom that included parts of Sweden. And as every British student knows, King Canute is famous for ordering the sea tide to stop rising on his command. But that's another story. If you want us to tell the fascinating story of the English Viking monarch, King Canute, let us know in comments. We hope you enjoyed listening to our Listen to History audiobook. Please leave your thoughts in comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.